With a huge selection of company and even a wider selection of games, Poland is actually creating some absolutely unbelievable gaming experiences. So we are gonna take a look and see exactly what's coming out of this country. Welcome to a Polish Publishing League special edition of GMS Magazine at Spiel 2015. Black and White is a war game for two people that plays with a few differences, and I am with Maciej, who's going to explain everything about how this game plays. Tell me a little bit about the origins of Black and White. What's Black and White all about?
Black and White is about a conflict, and it's not a very particular conflict, but an idea, because the idea of the game is we have two very different sides. The black side is a side inspired by First World War, steampunk Germany. We have trench warfare, we have heavy cavalry, we have heavy artillery, and this army is very defensive. The white army is quite medieval fantasy style, but also with technology and quite barbaric nature. They are the attackers. So those are the ideas. They have names, but really only the idea is important, that the black is the defender, the white is the attacker.
Okay. How does it play? Because it's a very neat little board.
It is played that way that first we pick a scenario. And there are three kinds of scenarios. There is skirmish, which is just fighting and for points, and killing enemy unit gives you points. There is siege, which is capturing cities. One player is defending, the other is attacking. And there is also infiltration, where you have to put your unit on the enemy's side of the board, and you get points for that. And you have cards. You have cards with terrain. First, you pick a scenario. This card tells you how to put up your board and what is the scenario and what are the victory conditions for each side. When you put your board, you put this shield between players so that I can't see the other side, the side of white. And then I build my army. First thing, each army has three different commanders. Each commander has special abilities, and they are different for different sides. So first thing, I pick a commander. This is my commander. Then I build my army from units. Each unit has different statistics. Discipline, melee combat, ranged combat, defense, and cost. I have 20 coins. And for these 20 coins, I have to build my army. So in this example, I chose my most simple infantry, which costs only one. I put up 5 of them. I chose a sniper, which costs 4. I chose light cavalry, and I chose artillery. So I have 3 artillery costing 2, so 3 times 2, 6, and this adds up to 20. And I don't know what my enemy is picking. When I chose my units, I put them on my side of the board. And when all said and done, when we build our armies, I take these cards and I hide them. My enemy does the same, and we take down the shield. And now I can see that my enemy has 4 units of infantry, 1 unit of artillery, and 1 unit of cavalry. But I don't know which one. Why does it matter? Because this is swamp. Cavalry cannot move through swamp, but my light cavalry has a special ability that it can move through swamps. So there is a mind game. If I have cavalry near swamp, then my enemy might think I'm safe, but he also may think maybe he chose the special cavalry. And then each player, depending on the scenario, gets 3 or 4 actions. And with the starting player, we use those actions to move our troops, use special abilities of those troops, and attack. Each unit can move and attack, or move farther but don't attack. And also, many units in the game can use special abilities. I don't have it on the board right now, but there is trench infantry, There is trench infantry, sappers, engineers, which can build trenches, and then cavalry cannot enter trenches, and infantry in trenches is safer and does not have to pull back when it is under fire. Also, we can have barbed wire, which can be dismantled by the enemy's infantry, but it stops the push, slows them down. Black Army has special artillery, which can fire special ammunition. They can fire incinerating ammunition, and you can go through this field, but your units get damaged. And also, you can shoot smoke bombs, which firstly they block line of sight, so you can shoot them before ranged units of the enemy. But you can also shoot with smoke clouds in your own units, because they are invisible there. You can't attack them. And the rest of terrain is quite basic, because you can't go to the mountains, you can't go through river unless there is a bridge. There is a mountain. If you're on a hill, you have a bonus to defense, and you have forest, which slows you down but gives you a bonus to defense and blocks line of sight. And how the activation looks: when you activate, you can activate one unit, which is 1 block, or you can activate one band of units. Band of units is 3 or 2 infantry on the same spot, or 1 or 2 cavalry on the same spot, and you can move them as group. After move, you can attack the enemy. If your units are beside the enemy, you say which block you want to attack. But there are additional rules, like you cannot attack artillery if it is guarded by infantry and so on, but not time for that, I think. So combat uses dice. And the dice combat here looks like this. I throw the dice, I subtract smaller from the bigger, and so now I rolled 2 with this. Each unit has an attack, and I add unit's attack to the roll, and I compare it to the defense of the enemy. If my result is bigger than enemy's defense, then this is a hit. And when it's hit, we turn around the block, because upper side of the block shows how many hit points the unit has. Also, every time I attack, I show this is my regular infantry, and it's standing here. and this is a card of my regular infantry. Now my enemy knows that I have regular infantry in my army, and one of them is here. But what is cool? Black army has a sniper. When sniper is here, I show you that I want to shoot you with a sniper. He is here, and this is a card for him. But when the sniper is in the unit, I only say, I have a sniper in my army. I show the card, and he's in that unit. But I won't tell you which one of them is it.
How long does it play for?
30 to 45 minutes. It's for the complexity, it's quite short.
It's just, that's quite a quick game,
Yes.
considering how many different options you have. How do you keep the gameplay so fast?
Scenario objectives are quite short, in fact. So we have 20 coins worth of units on the board, and in the skirmish you have to kill 10 units of the enemy. It just plays fast because the board is small and the artillery have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is hard to hit a 4 because when you shoot with artillery you have to aim first. And you roll one die and artillery doesn't reach here. Here it hits if on a single die you roll 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. 4, 5 or 6, only 6.
Well, I would say that is a very, very, very interesting strategic game, and that sounds like it has a lot of replayability value.
I will tell you that I'm a little jealous that I didn't think of that.
Excellent.